character, knowledge, confidence. SRK Higher Secondary School, Karikalampakam.
I love my school, SRK. Best of the best is SRK. Bright future means SRK. Quality education, SRK. Knowledge forever, last forever. Faithful friends to see the portion. Lovely teachers and promisers. What's the culture we will start? I love my school, SRK. Best of the best is SRK. Bright future means SRK. Quality education, SRK.
Admission is going on from pre-KG to 12th standard. Group A1A, Maths, Physics, Chemistry, Biology. Group A1B, Physics, Chemistry, Computer Science and Biology. Group A2, Maths, Physics, Chemistry and Computer Science. Group A3, Accountancy, Economics, Commerce and Computer Application. SRK Higher Secondary School, 45/7, Dillianur Main Road, Karikalampakam, Puducherry 7.
Good morning, dear 11th students. Already I have completed the supplement reader. It's second unit. Now I am going to continue the book pack exercises. Already I have given some other questions for the weekly test. That means in last week you have done it. I believe it, you have done it the book. Now I am going to give you book pack exercise how to work towards the textbook. Shall we move on to that book pack questions? Yes. The first one, some different types of questions. What is it? Some different types of questions. Nearly, I think 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 questions are there. Nearly 12 questions are there. And just read the question and get the answers, because already you have studied the supplementary reader. The first one, why did Philip Solidify visit Brill Manor? Why did Philip Solidify visit Brill Manor? And Philip Solidify was an aspiring politician. He visited Brill Manor to meet Mrs. Saltpen Jago, and influential day he intended to seek her support for his plans, contest elections as an MP. He wants to become a MP. So second question, how Solidify gained from his friendship with Honoria Saltben Jago? If Philip could secure the goodwill of Mrs. Saltpen, he might count on her nominating him for the parliament. Her support was needed for his plans. Solidify needs some kind of supportiveness. That's the way her support was needed for his plans. In third question, why did his travel companion curse and mutter? His travel companion, a young lady, was frantically and searching his belongingness for something he had wanted. As he could not find it, he was cursing and muttering of frustrations. In third question, describe Bertie problems. Bertie had forgotten his purse with his family crest while sealing a cover. He had no money to pay for his weekend bill, for his travel and for the cab. And the next question, there was a think of coldness in his voice. Why? And Philip found a discrepancy about the Christian Bertie's words and about his mother's hair color. He grew suspicious about the young man, so his voice was cold and hostile. The next question, And question number, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Question number 6. That is, compare the two crusts. The family of Saltpen could use two crusts. One was a demi line holding a crosslet in its paw. The other was a greyhound crowned. What is the first one? One was a demi line holding a cross and crosslet in its paw. The other was a greyhound currant. And the next question, what was Slitherfoy's response to Pertty's request? And initially Slitherfoy wanted to lend money to Pertty, but when he grew suspicious about him, he refused bluntly to lend him money. And next one, what caught his attention about the car door? The car door had two crusts, a greyhound and currant and a demi line holding in its paw a crosslet. It caught the attention of Slitherfoy. We can move on to the next question, and that is question number I think I. Right. Why did Casey's words shock Slitherfoy? And Slitherfoy met Mr. Saltpen and Jago when she appeared as a blonde. He suspected Pertty when he told that she had long dark hair, but Casey said that she had recently dyed her hair to appear as a blonde. These words shocked Slitherfoy. And here it is a different types of question. Rearrange the sentences given below and write summary of the story in a paragraph. Begin with. Likewise, it is going to start. As it is a different types questions, right? I think here I am going to give you only for the answers, and just find out the sentences. Already they have given top of the areas, they have given the questions, and here you should find which is the first one, second and third and fourth. After finding out the statements, just arrange like a paragraph. That is the answer. Philip Slitherfoy was traveling by train to Brill Manor. And the Philip Slitherfoy அப்படிங்கிறவர் எங்கே ட்ராவல் பண்ணுறாரு அப்படின்னா பிரில் மேனருக்கு ட்ராவல் பண்ணுறாரு. அங்கேருந்து தான் அந்த ஸ்டோரி ஸ்டார்ட் ஆகுது. ஸோ அதுக்கப்புறம் என்ன நல்லா நடந்தது அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு விஷயம். அண்ட் எண்ட் ஆஃப் த ஸ்டோரி யூ கேன் ரிமெம்பர் it is not connected with the story. ஆனால் அந்த ஸ்டோரியில் படிச்சிருப்பீங்க நிறைய விஷயம் ஒன்றோட ஒன்று என்ன இருக்காது அப்படின்னா ஒன்றிச்சு போகாது. கடைசி டைமில் வேறு ஒரு விஷயத்தை சொல்லியிருப்பாங்க. ஸோ அதே மாதிரி நீங்கள் ஆர்டர் பண்ணணும். முதல்ல ஒன் பை ஒன்னாக என்ன பண்ணணும், you just order it. The first one, the answer is his companion in the train was a young man who was searching something frantically. And next one, the young man introduced himself as a Pertty, the son of Saltpen Jago. And Pertty had left his purse behind after sealing an envelope with the crest on the purse. And Pertty started that it was a Jago crest. He further added that his mother's hair was dark brown and similar to his. And the next statement is, he explained that the Saltpen crest was that of a demi-lion. And then Slitherfoy pointed out to him that his mother's letter had a greyhound currant crest. And after that, Pertty needed 3 pounds desperately and asked Slitherfoy to lend it to him. And suspecting foul play, and Slitherfoy did not give him any money as he knew Mrs. Saltpen Jago was a blonde. He was received by Claude people Casey, who had kept on talking about various things. And here you can watch one by one what was happened in the story. So you just make the answers likewise, and each one sentence is going to score 1 mark. And after that we are moving on to explain the following. Just this is an arrangement of the statement, and after that just make a paragraph. Likewise, just make it. So then only you can get some ideas about the story, and this is a way of writing the paragraph. Already here I have changed the orders one by one. After completing this session, I made the paragraphs here, and just look at the paragraph and read it loudly, and as soon as if you are having some classwork note, you can note it. And third question is explain the following phrases selected from the story in your own words, and make a sentence using these phrases. So write. And here I think you have the textbook. You can go through with your textbook and fill in the blanks with your own ideas. The first one, on approval, official permission or agreement. And approval means official permission or agreement. And the department has got the approval of the parliament to implement the project. So when you are when you are seeing the phrase, and just write the meaning, and then just make a statement with the help of phrase. So இந்த phrase கண்டுபிடிச்சிங்க அப்படின்னா இந்த phrase-க்கு ஒரு மீனிங் இருக்கு, அதை ஃபைண்ட் பண்ணணும். And then just make a sentences. அதன் பிறகு பார்த்தீங்க அப்படின்னா அந்த phrase-ஐ வச்சு ஒரு கம்ப்ளீட்டான ஒரு ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட்டை கம்ப்ளீட் பண்ணணும். இந்த phrase இருந்தாலே ஒரு மீனிங் கிடைக்கும், பட் இட் இஸ் நாட் அ கம்ப்ளீட் மீனிங். ஸோ இட் இஸ் இன்கம்ப்ளீட் மீனிங். ஆன் அப்ரூவல் அப்படின்னு சொன்னீங்கன்னாவே ஒரு அர்த்தம் புரியும், பட் அது இன்கம்ப்ளீட் மீனிங்காக இருக்கும். And then a rustic holiday. Rustic holiday means time spent in a countryside. The statement is people living in cities like to go on a rustic holiday to enjoy the nature. Next one, a double distilled idiot. A concentrated fool and stupid persons. That means என்னன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க அப்படின்னா concentrated fool and stupid persons. How do you make a sentence here? Is we can make likewise. He used his credit card to pay the bill and forgot to get it back. He behaved like a double distilled idiot and lost his card. Next question. A tinge of coldness. A tinge of coldness means hearted and disrespect. When the beggars asked him for alms, he refused with a tinge of coldness. ஒருத்தன் கேகையில் கொடுக்கல அப்படிங்கிறது வந்து அவனோட நம்ம கீழ் மட்டத்தில் இருக்கிற மாதிரி தான் அர்த்தம். And making up for lost time, to work extra time to complete the delayed task. நீங்கள் கம்ப்ளீட் பண்ண முடியாத டாஸ்க்கை என்ன பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னா அது கொஞ்சம் டைம் எடுத்து அதை என்ன பண்ணணும், கம்ப்ளீட் பண்ணணும். He could not attend school for a month due to illness, and he is attending extra coaching classes to make up for lost time. Answer following questions in about 100 words. It is your paragraph. Now I am going to give you the paragraph. When you are looking the videos, you can read one by one. The first one, describe the youth's strange behavior when he was in the train. ஒரு முகம் தெரியாத நபர் ஒருத்தர் வந்து எப்படி வந்து பிஹேவ் பண்ணுறாரு அந்த ட்ரெயினில் அப்படிங்கிறதான் ஒரு விஷயம். And Bertie the young man. A young man, Bertie, son of Mrs. Salter and Jago, boarded a train. He had a dark hair and a fresh complexion, and he was bound on a village trip. He was engaged in frankly and searching for some exclusive object. He took out many things but was not satisfied. He was searching for his he cursed himself loudly. When you are going to write the paragraph, at least just make the 3 subtitle and 1 conclusion. It is enough for the paragraph. Now we can move on to the next one. And this is a way. This is called a subtitle. Solidify exclusive curtain and Bert's request and solidify observation. The question is, one has to be curtains and not to be carried away by stories. நீங்கள் ஒரு பேராகிராஃப் எழுதையில் ஒரு 3 விதமான தலைப்புகளை அதுக்கு கொடுக்கறதுக்கு ட்ரை பண்ணணும். அதுக்கு ஏற்றது மாதிரியான ஆன்சர்ஸை நீங்கள் என்ன பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னா ஸ்டடி பண்ணி ஜஸ்ட் ரைட் இட் in your notebook. ஸோ இதுதான் வந்து நீங்கள் பேராகிராஃப் எழுதுறதுக்கான ஒரு வாய்ப்பு. ஸோ இதுலேயே பார்த்தீங்க அப்படிங்கிற வந்து ஸ்லோ லேர்னர்ஸ் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. ஏன்னா அப்படின்னா வந்து ரொம்பவும் ஒரு வகையில் they are not able to manage like this paragraphs. They couldn't complete, they couldn't study well. ஒரு சிலர்னால வந்து அதை இந்த இவ்வளோ பெரிய விஷயங்களனால வந்து எழுத முடியாது அப்படின்னு சொன்னீங்க அப்படின்னா I'm going to give you a short paragraph for this lessons. And next question, as Leatherface, would you apologize to Preeti for your rude behavior? Give reasons. Leatherface wrong judgment and Leatherface's behavior towards Preeti cannot be accepted. He considered himself smart and very observant. He suspected Preeti to be a cheat. He refused to lend him money. In the end, he was shocked to learn that his judgment was wrong. Preeti was honest and really needed help. அந்த பேர்ட்டிக்கு வந்து இவர் என்ன நினச்சார் அப்படின்னா ஸ்லெதர்பாய் வந்து என்ன நினைக்கிறாருன்னா இவருடைய பிஹேவியர் எல்லாமே பார்த்தீங்கன்னா பேர்ட்டியோடைய பிஹேவியர் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா தான் ஏற்றுக்கிற முடியாமல் இருக்குது. அவர் வந்து ஒரு ஏன்னா இவர் என்ன நினைக்கிறாரு அப்படின்னா ஒரு நல்ல அப்சர்வேஷன் பர்சன் அப்படின்னு நினைக்கிறாரு. இவருடைய சஸ்பெக்ஷன் என்ன அப்படிங்கிற வந்து டு பி எ சீட், பிரட்டி டு பி எ சீட் அப்படின்னு நினைக்கிறார். அவர் ஏமாற்றக்கூடிய நபராக இருப்பாரோ அப்படின்லாம் இவருக்குலாம் தோணுது. And Leatherface's observations, his judgment was based on 2 factors. He found a discrepancy in the crust. Discrepancy in the crust. And secondly, the description of Mrs. Salterpen's hair raised suspicion in his mind. And then Mrs. Salterpen changed to blended 5 weeks ago, but her son had met her 6 months ago. And Leatherface knew about only 1 crust, but the family used 2. If I were, suppose this is, I have told you, this is a subtitles. The first one, the second one, and third subtitle is, if I were to be in Leatherface's position, I would have regretted for my rude behavior and for misjudging Preeti to be a fraud. The honest young man who was telling the truth would have been hurt much. I would not have hesitated to apologize to Preeti for my rude behavior and misjudgments. And this is a way to write the paragraphs. The next paragraph is, seeing is a believing. How is this humorously disproved in this story? Bring out the irony in the situations. ஸோ இந்த பேராகிராஃபில் இருக்கக்கூடிய ஐரனி எப்படி இருக்கும் அந்த சுச்சுவேஷனில் அப்படிங்கிறத பற்றி சொல்லியிருப்பாங்க. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஒன், தி adjust. Seeing is believing. One can believe only if one sees something. It may not be true on all occasions. பார்க்குறது மட்டும்தான் உண்மை. யார் சொன்னாலும் வந்து அதில் வந்து உண்மை இருக்குமா அப்படிங்கிறத நம்பக்கூடிய வட்டாரங்கள் வந்து நம்மக்கிட்ட இல்லை. இஃப் த ஐஸ் ஆர் டப் when what one believes cannot be true. ஒருவேளை வந்து உங்களுக்கு வந்து கண்கள் மூடப்பட்டிருந்தது, தட் மீன்ஸ் இன்டீரியர் ஐஸ், இந்த மணக்கண் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்கள்ல, அது வகையான ஒரு வகையில். இன் திஸ் ஸ்டோரி Solidify was a witness to some incidents. He was traveling to meet Mrs. Saltman, who was a blonde. When he had met her last, he received a letter from her with one of the crusts on the letter. And Solidify's belief. He believed in these two things he had seen, but originally Mrs. Saltman had long dark hair, sometime back as described by her son Bertie. The family used two crusts which Solidify was not familiar with. ரெண்டு விஷயமாக க்ரஸ்ட் இருந்துச்சு. யாரை பற்றி அப்படின்னா மிஸ்டர் சால்ட்மேன் ஜாகோ பற்றி. ஆனால் இவர் Solidifyக்கு தெரிஞ்சது எல்லாமே பார்த்தீங்க அப்படின்னா only one. And disproved. Both the observations turned out to be false as the incidents happened in a time gap. His judgment was wrong. He realized it in the end. Though the Solidify believed in what he had seen, they turned out to be wrong. The saying is believing is disproved in this case. So the author is described about seeing is believing likewise. So once if you are watching the people, just observe the people. They have different types of characters. They can think in different ways, but your thinking is in a different ways. ஸோ உங்களுடைய எண்ணம் ஒருத்தவங்களை பார்த்த உடனே எப்படி இருக்கும் அப்படின்லாம் தெரியாது. இந்த ஸ்டோரியை பொறுத்தளவில் Solidify வந்து மிஸ்டர் பேர்ட்டியை பார்த்த உடனே அவங்களுக்கான சில விஷயங்கள்லாம் தோணுது. ஒருவேளை சீட்டிங் பண்ணுவாரோ அப்படிலாம் இருக்குது. ஆனால் பட் Saltman Jago is having two types of crush in their lives. So dear students, watch this video clearly. Here I have given some 2 mark questions and 1 mark question, some paragraphs. Just read loudly. If you are having a key book, or if you are not, suppose if you are not having key books, and just write it neatly in your classwork and work towards with the classwork. And I think maybe end of this week I am going to make a test from this chapters. So just study carefully, and we will catch you the next class. Thank you.
லட்சியம் எங்கள் கண்ணிலே நிறைவேறிடும் அந்த நாளிலே உலகம் போற்றிடும் எங்கள் பள்ளியே SRK. கல்வி பண்புகளை கண்ணின போற்று கலைகள் யாவையும் கைவசமாக்கு பள்ளியின் பெயரை கேட்டால் சொல்லு SRK. ஒரே லட்சியம் எங்கள் கண்ணிலே நிறைவேறிடும் அந்த நாளிலே உலகம் போற்றிடும் எங்கள் பள்ளியே SRK. கல்வி பண்புகளை கண்ணின போற்று கலைகள் யாவையும் கைவசமாக்கு பள்ளியின் பெயரை கேட்டால் சொல்லு SRK.
Admission is going on from pre-KG to 12th standard. Group A1A Maths, Physics, Chemistry, Biology. Group A1B Physics, Chemistry, Computer Science and Biology. Group A2 Maths, Physics, Chemistry and Computer Science. Group A3 Accountancy, Economics, Commerce and Computer Application. SRK Higher Secondary School, 45/7, Dilliyanur Main Road, Karikalampakkam, Puducherry 7.